Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. We're going to do a 2-for-1 today, and we're going to do the song Lovin Cup. Now, we're going to do the Paul Butterfield Blues Band version. Paul Butterfield's blues band was one of those bands that you may only know of peripherally. They're kind of like, in a way, they're kind of like sort of the Spencer Davis Group or John Mayall's Blues Breakers, Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Basically, you know them because great artists passed through that band and then on to other things. You know, in Spencer Davis Group, obviously you had Steve Winwood. In John Mayall, you obviously had Eric Clapton and others who passed through there. Same way they passed through the Yardbirds. Whether you're talking about, Clapton, Page, Beck, what have you. With Paul Butterfield's blues band, San Francisco-based band, you had two legendary guitar players come through there. And this song, I believe, has both of them on it. You've got Elvin Bishop, known for the one major hit, Fooled Around and Fell in Love, which I did another video on, so feel free to check that out. And he's playing the main riff in this song, the main guitar riff in this song, which is catchy as hell. And then, also passing through the Paul Butterfield Blues Band was a legend named Mike Bloomfield. Now, Mike, of course, had his tragic story going on. Drug addiction just took way too strong a hold of that guitar legend. But he's sort of one that sort of fits in the same level of conversation as like a Peter Green, where phenomenal guitar players, incredibly inspirational, very heavily rooted in the blues. Then they just kind of lost their way, Peter Green with his sort of, mental instabilities, and Mike Bloomfield with his addictions. And it's just, you wonder what could have been, neither one of them gets mentioned as much as Syd Barrett. And honestly, I think, Syd slipped down the same sort of rabbit hole as both of them. And I as much as Syd Barrett was an amazingly inspirational part as the founder of the band Pink Floyd, I would hold Bloomfield and Peter Green in even higher regard for their inspiration on an instrument, specifically the guitar. With that said, hey, let's check out the song, Lovin Cup by Paul Butterfield Blues Band. And then I'll tell you about the second version, which is the Robin Ford version that we're going to do afterwards. So here's the first song in the 2-for-1, Lovin Cup.
Early in the morning when the sun come up, you've been sitting there drinking from a loving cup. Won't you tell me, baby, what can I do? Well, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. You don't comb your hair, baby, don't mend your clothes. What else you don't do, mama, nobody knows. Won't you tell me, somebody, what can I do? Well, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. You should be downtown working, making lots of money. Instead you're walking around the streets, baby, acting funny. Won't you tell me, somebody, what can I do? Well, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. could have a taste. Now you're letting all that good thing go to waste. Won't you tell me, somebody, what can I do? Well, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Baby, I wanna drink from my loving cup too. Just give me a taste from the loving cup too. Just give me a drink from the loving cup too.
I mean, what a groove being laid down there on that guitar part by Elvin Bishop. What a lick, you know what I mean? And one thing that always catches me when I listen to the Butterfield version of the song is that ride cymbal. It's just sitting there pinging off of the bell of the ride cymbal. And it reminds me of the song What I Say by Ray Charles. Now, the ride cymbal part in What I Say is faster and it's a bit more intricate, but it has that same kind of vibe to it. I did a video on What I Say some time ago, so you can go back into the archives and check that out too. But it just, I'm always reminded of it. And, you know, in this one, it's just going, and in the Ray Charles version goes, it's going, it's almost twice as fast and a little more intricate, but still has that very, very, very similar vibe to it. Okay, so we're going to fast forward and we're going to go to a version done by Robin Ford and the Blue Line at a acoustic show that they did, and they call it the authorized bootleg of a live performance at Yochi's in San Francisco, I believe, up in the Bay Area. Sort of I want to say it was probably mid-afternoon sort of lunch jam thing that they did. I don't know what time of day it was, but it was also presented by a radio station, so it was recorded pretty well. Now the song that that he's gonna play is Lovin Cup, and it's just him on acoustic guitar. So the one thing I want you to pay attention to is when he gets into the solo section, how he incorporates the rhythm of the song and the chords of the song into his acoustic playing, as opposed to just blazing a bunch of, you know, shreddy bluesy licks on the acoustic guitar. He's conscious of maintaining the rhythm of the song while he's playing a solo. And it's again, one of those talents that great guitar players have, whether you're talking about artists like Robin Ford or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Eric Johnson or whoever it is. There's guitar players. And you notice it if you go back and you watch a lot of the old MTV Unplugged shows. You'll see guitar players in bands playing guitar solos that are meant to be played on electric guitar that sound incredibly thin and shallow and hollow, because they're playing the same licks that they would have played on an electric guitar on the acoustic guitar. And it just sounds like plinky, thin kind of guitar playing. In this instance, he didn't have the band playing along with him, so he incorporated the chords and progression into his solo riffs. And it's just, again, it's a killer version. Clearly, he was heavily inspired, and he'll tell the story in the lead up to starting the song, so I don't need to say anything about it. With that said, here comes Robin Ford playing Lovin Cup.
Well, I'm going to do a tune for you that I found on an old record, rather obscure. I don't even know if many were pressed, but the band that sort of originally inspired me to play guitar and get off into the blues was a band called the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, which many of you may know. And Mike Bloomfield was like my first guitar hero. But also in that band was another gentleman who lives here in the Bay Area. Elvin Bishop was playing guitar with Butterfield also at that time. And I found this record called What's Shakin'. It's like a sampler from Elektra Records. And it was some of Butterfield's first recordings. And I like this lick that Elvin was playing so much. And I thought, well, I'll try this out. And so it seems to work. This is called Lovin Cup. early in the morning when the sun come up. Yeah, you sitting there and drinking from that loving cup. Won't you tell me somebody, what can I do? Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. You should be downtown working, making lots of money, instead of walking these streets, baby, acting funny. Well, tell me somebody, what can I do? Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. You don't wash your hair, you don't wash your clothes. What else you don't do, baby, nobody knows. Won't you tell me somebody, what can I do? Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. You should be downtown working, making lots of money, instead of walking these streets, baby, acting funny. Won't you tell me somebody, what can I do? Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. Honey, I wanna drink from the loving cup too. Thank you.
I mean, a phenomenal live take, and to be playing that on an acoustic guitar, a whole other level of whole other level of playing. Again, I think it's a phenomenally respectful tribute to the original version, and Robin Ford clearly heavily inspired by the two guitar legends that played with Paul Butterfield. Yeah, what a groove, though. Like I said, just a sick, killer groove. With that said, I'm going to end this right now. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. We can talk about it further. And I wish you all well. Take care.